Hi there. In this session, we are going to look at angles in parallel lines. But to start with, we're going to do a little revision task on angles on a straight line. Remembering that angles along a straight line should total to 180 degrees. So could you have a go at the 9 questions on the screen? In each question, can you work out the missing angle by subtracting the known angles from 180 degrees? You can pause the video here and I will show you my solutions in a moment. Okay, welcome back. Hopefully you've answered the 9 questions in front of you as a little recap on finding the missing angles from straight lines. My solutions look like so. Could you take a moment just to mark up your work, assess your work, and make any corrections if needed? Okay, so we're going to have a look at angles in parallel lines. First of all, we need to know what parallel lines are. These two straight lines here, which are shown with these two little arrows, tell us that these lines are parallel. They are always the same distance apart, and those two lines would never meet. In a lot of questions, these little arrows will tell you that the lines are parallel. However, they're not in every single question. Okay, so the first type of angles we're going to look at are corresponding angles. So you can see where I've labeled angle A and angle B. If I draw on this F shape here, you can see that the angle above the bottom of the F and the angle above the top of the F, those angles have to be equal. So corresponding angles are equal. The lines usually make an F shape. The F could be pointing backwards or it could be pointing forwards. So the angles A and B would be equal. We can remember them by thinking of F angles. However, mathematically speaking, and when it comes to exams, we would always use the mathematical wording, which is corresponding angles are equal. We then have alternate angles. So again, the angles of M and N are equal. If I draw in some highlighted lines this time, you can see I've created a Z. So the angle within the Z here and enclosed by the Z here, they have to be equal. So alternate angles are equal and the lines create a Z shape. Again, the Z could be backwards and could look a little bit disjointed, but as long as there is a resemblance of a Z, alternate angles could be present. Again, we remember the process by thinking of Z angles, but when it comes to exams, we use the mathematical terminology, which is alternate angles. So alternate angles are also equal. The last one we need to have a quick look at is co-interior angles. If I draw in my highlighted lines again, you will see that it creates a C. So the angles of X and Y, this time they are not equal, but they are supplementary. They add up to 180 degrees. So co-interior angles or supplementary angles will add to 180 degrees. The lines can make a C shape, which helps us remember them. However, in exams, we'd refer to them as co-interior angles, supplementary angles. So angles X and Y add to 180 degrees. Okay, so here's a sort of example question. We should be able to find angles A, B, C, D, E, F, and G by applying some of the facts that we just talked about. Usually with these kinds of questions, there's more than one way to answer the question. So you might see a way of answering it, and I might answer it slightly differently. Okay, so with angle B, I'm going to say that that is 124 degrees because it is vertically opposite to this 124. So angle B is 124 degrees because of vertically opposite angles. If I know angle B is 124 and I draw in a Z here, so again it's a little bit of a disjointed Z, but it's telling me that angle C has to be equal to angle B. So angle C is also 124 degrees. So I've used the angle fact of alternate angles. Angle A we can work out because angles on a straight line have to add up to 180. So we could do 180 subtract 124, which is going to tell us that angle A is 56. Okay, over here, first thing I'm going to do is draw in an F. Okay, so you can see that the angle of 88 degrees is corresponding to the angle D. The 88 is below this arm of the F and the D is below this arm of the F. So angle D is 88 degrees as it is corresponding to the angle 88. That would make F also 88 degrees because F and D are vertically opposite angles. They are opposite across opposite an X. Next thing I can look at is angle E. Angles on a straight line, so F and E would need to combine to be 180 degrees. So that is going to make E 92 degrees. To get G, we could look at alternate angles. We've got a Z here, which I'm just following there with the cursor. So G is also 88 degrees because it is alternate to angle D. There's lots of different ways to approach these questions. You may have saw a different way to answer the question, but you could also have got the correct answer. Okay, a couple more to do. So I'm going to say that angle A is 73 degrees because it is an alternate angle to the angle 73, which means that B is also 73 degrees because these two angles, A and B, are vertically opposite. D is 84 because it is vertically opposite the angle of 84. And then we've got alternate angles again. So C is also 84 because D and C are alternate angles. I could also have used corresponding angles. 84 and C are corresponding, so C would have to be 84 degrees. Okay, if you could pause the video, take some time to write in your exercise books some definitions of alternate angles, corresponding angles, and co-interior supplementary angles. Okay, welcome back. The first task I would like you to have a go at is on the screen. Again, you have the ability to pause the video for as long as you need. For each angle that is labeled, could you work out the value of the angle and also tell me how you worked it out? So you might give me a justification of alternate angles, corresponding angles, angles on a straight line, however you came up with your answer. Okay, welcome back again. And I put my solutions on the screen there for you to mark up. Please make sure you have wrote some justifications using the 3 key words that we've introduced in this lesson. Okay, so this is now the main task. little bit of problem solving including angles in parallel lines. What your task is I'd like you to solve all of the angle problems and find all the missing angles that are labeled. Once you've found all the angles A to Z, so there's 26 to find, you need to look at your 8 red answers, C, E, G, J, N, R, U, and W. Those 8 answers will be rearranged to produce a sequence, and I would like you to find the 20th term in that sequence. Again, you have the ability to pause the video whenever you need to work through the task. So could you find all the angles A to Z with some explanation, with some working out, and then once you've unpaused the video, I will go through my solutions to the task. Okay, welcome back. I'm just about to display some answers for the main task. Remember, you should have put your 8 red answers and put them in the correct order to create a sequence and use that to find the 20th term of the sequence. Okay, my solutions look like that. Again, you have the ability to pause the video to mark up, assess your work, and make any corrections. Once you take your 8 answers, place them in order from smallest to biggest, you'll see that we are creating a sequence that is going up in 12s. The 20th term of that sequence would be the number 264. You can complete the problem solving element like I've done here by extending the sequence, or you may have used the nth term formula. If you ended up with 264, that is fantastic. You've shown some excellent understanding on the topic of angles within parallel lines.